Hello, beautiful creatures. I'm so happy to have you here. If you're new here, my name's Cordelia, and on my channel, Phyrra, I love to talk about alternative makeup and fashion. Like, I'd say 95% of the videos I put out are makeup or fashion related. The rest are about like mental health, lifestyle, and poodles. So today's video is going to be new makeup releases that I'm sure I have not gonna buy. Number one on my new makeup releases I'm not gonna buy list is the Natasha Denona Love Palette. Now, on paper, this looks like it would be perfect for me because I love cool tones, I love cool pinks, but in reality, I don't need it for a couple reasons. Number one, I have the Natasha Denona Love Palette, the big one. Number two, I have the Natasha Denona Mini Love Palette, and I believe she released another Mini Love Palette. I don't have that one, but between the other two, I feel like I'm covered on those shades. And so when I was looking at the Love Eye and Cheek palette, it is beautiful. I would wear most of the colors, but the reason I'm saying no to it, aside from owning the Love and the Mini Love, is that the highlighter in it is a warm gold. If it was like an iridescent cool tone champagne, if it was like an iridescent lilac lavender type color, I would be all for it because I could travel just with that palette. But that's not the case. I find that the highlighter in that palette just is too warm, too gold for my personal taste. So while I liked the look of the cream blush because it's a cool tone and all of the pretty, cool toned eyeshadows, it's just not for me. It doesn't make sense for me to pick it up and add it to my collection. Number two on my list of new makeup releases that I am not gonna buy would be anything Milk makeup related. Now, if you have been a fan of my blog or my YouTube channel for some time, you'll know that I used to love Milk makeup. I was all about their skincare. I loved their foundation. I loved their concealer. I loved their mascara. I loved the Hydra Grip Primer. I loved all the things. However, recently I saw that they changed their pricing. So they used to have a really big size and a mini size. Now the size that you get is the mini size, but you're paying more for the mini size than you used to for the full size, or it's pretty close like that. So seeing the change in the amount of product that you're getting and the price that they're charging, it just feels like, to me, I am being ripped off. And I'm somebody who used to swear by the Hydro Grip Primer for my face because I have dry skin and it works really well. But because of the fact that it's clean beauty and I know it's going to go bad faster than other things, even though I didn't have problems in the past with my Milk makeup going bad really fast, I'm just highly skeptical of any clean beauty brand. And while I can appreciate them offering mini sizes because I think mini sizes are very useful, especially for travel, it just feels like, I don't know, I feel like they're expecting you to pay more and get less. It feels like I'm being ripped off, so I don't like that feeling, so I'm not gonna buy from them. If you're somebody who loves the Hydro Grip Primer, but you can no longer afford the Hydro Grip Primer price tag, I recommend that you check out e.l.f. Cosmetics. Angie from Angelica Nivaquist put out a video talking about how the e.l.f. primer that's a dupe for it is just as good in her opinion, so I definitely think it'd be worthwhile to check out considering that e.l.f. is a fraction of the price. Number three on the items I am not going to buy list would be the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Blush Wands. Now, I do like the packaging. I think they look intriguing, but they're matte. So I'm not necessarily somebody who prefers matte. I actually like satin or shimmer or like a skin-like finish on a blush. I like a little bit of radiance going on. And so when I saw these, I was like, oh, they look interesting. I do think that the little puff design is really cool, but I didn't see any colors that I would like. And that's primarily my issue a lot of times with Charlotte Tilbury. I feel like everything is warm. It's very warm pink, warm orange. And those colors don't look flattering on my very fair, cool skin. They just don't. Like, I wish they did, but they don't. Because if they did, like all of makeup would be open to me if I could wear those colors, but I can't. Oh, and it also, when I was looking at those blush wands, it also looked like they were a small amount of makeup for the price. So yeah, they're just not my thing. If they're your thing, that's totally cool. It's just not for me. It doesn't fit my collection. So number four on my list of makeup I'm not gonna buy is the brand Tarte. And specifically what I'm calling out is their quote unquote selection of mini sizes. So I think it's awesome for a brand to offer mini sizes / travel sizes in any foundation. I feel like all brands should do this because I think it's very helpful. It also lets people try the foundation before buying it and make sure that they get the right shade. However, every time I see Tarte offering, mini sizes, it's in like 4 to 6 shades. It's never the lightest and the darkest. Those are the people who probably need to have like the smaller sizes first to begin with. It's always a couple of the middle shades. So I guess I'm just calling out brands in general who aren't willing to put out mini sizes in all of their shades. I feel like you should absolutely do that. What frustrated me in this was looking at the Maracuja glowy skin tint thing, because I'm, into lighter coverage. I like glowy products. And I was like, oh, this looks cute. Oh, they have a mini. Oh, of course they don't offer it in a shade I can wear. And I'm sure I am not the only one who feels like this, because like I said, it looked like they were offering like 4 to 6 shades, and they were like the light medium shades. I didn't see any deep shades, and I didn't see any very fair shades. So it just, I don't know, it's kind of irritating. So I'm calling out the new IT Cosmetics. I think it's the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Serum that has niacinamide and hyaluronic acid in it. The reason I am calling this out is because niacinamide, I'm probably saying that wrong. If I am, I apologize. Niacinamide is something that's really good for your skin. However, too much of it is bad, especially if you have sensitive skin. Too much of it can cause irritation, which is one of the things that niacinamide helps with. So you have to be really careful. So I'm calling it out because in the IT Cosmetics product, I'm concerned that either it's gimmicky and there's not enough in there to be helpful at all, or it's potentially something that could irritate somebody because of having sensitivity to too much niacinamide. And I think in general, I'm just kind of annoyed with and tired of foundation brands trying to put skincare into their foundation and not thinking about like, well, is this actually going to be effective? Is it going to actually do anything? Or am I just doing this for marketing? And if the answer is you're just doing it for marketing, I guess good for you, but it doesn't appeal to me. Number 6 on my list of makeup I am not gonna buy is the brand Glossier. Now, I used to love their Boy Brow and I used to love their skin tint. However, I've moved on because I found other lighter complexion perfection products that work really well for me. And so when I recently saw that Glossier went into Sephora, I was like, oh, they're still around. This is going to sound silly, but I kind of thought that they had died out. Like, I used to love the Glossier cloud paints, their blushes, but I didn't always find the formula that easy to work with. So when Flower Beauty came out with their blush bombs, I found those much easier to work with, so I stuck with those until I moved on from that. With blushes, I tend to like cream or powder blushes. I like them to be glowy. I like to get like a glow to my cheek. Like I said, I have dry skin. I like to get my glow on. But seeing all of these products from Glossier at Sephora just kind of made me sad because the brand itself looks very bland. It doesn't hold any appeal to me anymore. Like if I wanted lippies that didn't show up, if I wanted sheer lippies, there are plenty of indie brands who make sheer lippies for a fraction of the cost. Silks Naturals, for example, has an entire line of sheer lipsticks for people who are into sheer coverage, and the colors are really cool. They even have a black because I love black. But yeah, in general, I'm not a fan of Glossier and I will not be buying from them. Number 7 on my list would be Tower 28. I just saw that Tower 28 released new bronzers. I actually purchased one of their cheek products, one of the little square cheek things in Magic Hour years ago, and found that the color pulled very warm. It lasted quite a while. Like it didn't go off as bad as I thought, or as quickly as I thought it would. I think it lasted somewhere between 6 months to a year, so yay. But because it's clean beauty and because I know that a lot of clean beauty has, in my experience, gone bad to me in like 30 days, it's a huge turn off, so I want to avoid it. Number 8 on my list of makeup products I am sure as AF not gonna buy would be the brand Cali Ray. The Cali Ray brand put out this new Endless Sunset palette, and I'm like, Endless Sunset where? These colors were like very, very neutral, very soft. They looked like they were meant for light to light medium skin. They didn't look like they'd offer much variety on medium to deep skin. So I was a little like, I don't know, the way the whole palette is laid out, it gives me like a little bit of a headache because it's very like, you can see, I'll insert a picture up here. It's very just like all over the place rather than being neat and uniform. I know that Cali Ray is by Wendy Somner, the woman who had founded Urban Decay. But so far, I haven't seen anything from Cali Ray that I want to try except for the mascara. And even then, I'm not sure because about half the reviews I read about the mascara is that it flakes everywhere and gets all over the place. The other half are that it's a god mascara. As somebody who only uses tubing mascaras and specifically can only get the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara and the Ico Lash Alert Mascara to work well on my lashes, I know that I need a tubing formula like that, but it needs to not clump. When I tried the Half Cake Beauty version that was of the tubing mascara, it clumped and flaked all over my face, and I just don't like that. So Cali Ray has not really released anything, like I mentioned, aside from the mascara that has piqued my interest, and I'm very confused by like who they're marketing their products to at this point. Number 9 on my list of makeup products I'm not going to buy would be the Laura Mercier Moisturizer Bronzer. Now, I have one of the at one point I had 3. I'm down to only 1. I have the Laura Mercier Tinted Tinted Moisturizer Blush in Soleil, which is a gold. I used it in a really cool monochromatic gold makeup look that I did. I will insert a link to that makeup look up here if you want to go check out my monochromatic gold makeup. But overall, I found the formula really watery to work with, and it would like clump up in patches, but not like go evenly on your cheeks. So I wasn't a fan of any of the colors except for the gold. And when I saw the bronzer come out, I mean, I'm not somebody who wears bronzer much to begin with. Look at my skin, I'm very fair, and I don't try to like do fake tanner and go orange because I don't think orange looks good on me. Like bronzer and tanner can look gorgeous on a lot of people. It doesn't look right on me. I suspect that the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Bronzer may be similar in formula to the Tinted Moisturizer Blush, so I don't think it's one that I will like or be able to use well to apply makeup, so it's a no for me. Number 10 on my list is the Stila Heaven's Dew Lip Oil. If you've seen my video on makeup that's not for me, if not, I'll put a link up here for you to check it out. But lip oils are not my thing. I don't like barely there color that's just a hint. Like if it looks like I can't really tell the difference between 6 shades, I don't want it near me. It's not my thing. So I can understand and appreciate it appeals to other people. I'm just saying it is absolutely not for me. I don't ever feel like lip oils impart enough moisture for me so that I can, you know, enjoy them and be like, oh, this feels so good on my lips, and my lips look so big and juicy and plump. No, it just looks like I smeared stuff on my lips and it's slightly dirty. I don't know. It doesn't look good to me. Number 11 on my list would be the Nabla Sheer Lipstick. So Nabla is releasing a line of sheer lipsticks, and as I've mentioned already in this video, I am not really a fan of sheer lipsticks, so I'm going to be skipping those. I like products that impart color. I want the color to stick where I put it. I'd prefer it to not come off on my teeth or my face or my hair. So I like longer wearing lip products that stick around, and I like them to have pigmentation and color to them, so you can see that I'm wearing lipstick. My lips on their own have like no pigmentation. It's like the barest hint of like pinky mauve that's very, very soft, and I have a very soft lip line, so stuff that's just barely there does not look flattering to me, in my opinion. Number 12 on my list is the NYX limited edition hot sauce makeup line. Now, number 1, who the f wants hot sauce with their makeup? Do you want to get ghost peppers in your eyes or on your lips? I sure as hell don't. No. To me, the idea of getting hot sauce in my eye, putting a hot sauce on my eyes or on my mouth is not appealing. Like, if I want to eat hot sauce, I want it in my food. I don't want it in my makeup. So I think it's a really weird thing for NYX to have done a collection on. I will say that the colors that stand out the most to me from the collection are the purple, which is like saw a ghost pepper, and then there's like a green, which is like a jalapeno green, and there was a bright red. So like it had pretty colors in the collection, but it's just so confusing to me. Why are there these food collabs? Who's asking for this? I want to know. All I can think of is the reason why brands may be wanting to do weird food collabs is because maybe they have high SEO values and that they'll get a lot of search volume that way. I have no idea. It's just so weird. Number 13 on my list is Iconic London's multi-use lip and cheek palette. It's like a 6-pan palette of colors that you can use on your lips or cheeks. And in general, I tend to find that products that can be used on both my lips and cheeks tend to be drying on my lips, or they don't perform right. Like they don't always perform well for me on both, so I tend to avoid them. But even looking at this, all of the colors are very warm. This would not be very flattering on my skin tone. I wouldn't be able to get use out of all of these colors, so there's no reason for me to add it to my collection. I do love cream blushes. I love working with them. I find that they are great for dry skin, but I don't see the need to have 6 colors that are just all warm. There's no cool tones at all. So yeah, not for me. Number 14 on my list of makeup I sure as f I'm not gonna buy would be anything from Beauty Counter. Now, if you don't know, Beauty Counter just came to Ulta, and Beauty Counter is an MLM. What that means is they are a multi-level marketing thing, and they typically prey on women. If you want to understand why MLMs are bad, I will put a link up here to a video by the Illuminati who talks about MLMs. I personally despise them. I feel like they prey on women, they try to take advantage of people, and they're horrible. But that's just my personal opinion. Also, they're another clean beauty line, so gross. And last but not least on my list is the Bella Beauty Bar Make Your Own Magic palette. Now, I will say this looks like a great palette. It's really pretty. It's a 9-pan palette. It's an indie makeup brand that's like here in the Florida area, which is awesome. But the reason I am not willing to buy it or add it to my collection is that I already own a lot of similar colors. So because I already own so many multi-chromes, I don't feel like there's anything in there that would really expand my collection. But if you're somebody who doesn't own a lot of multi-chromes, this might be a great way for you to expand your collection. And it might be a little bit expensive. It looks like it breaks down to like $17 a piece for each eyeshadow, but they're all hand pressed, and there are 6 multi-chromes and 9 holochromes. So the holochromes actually do have a lot of appeal for me, but I would be much more inclined to pick them up as singles as opposed to the 9-pan palette. So that wraps up my new makeup releases that I'm sure AF not gonna buy. What makeup are you not gonna buy? What's on your wish list? What are you thinking about? At this point in time, I don't have anything on my wish list because I'm really kind of evaluating everything that's in my collection. I've done lots and lots of declutters and pared down, and I'm trying to just evaluate what I have and see if I feel like I need anything else. But at the moment, I'm very happy with my collection. And somebody had asked for a room tour. I will be doing a room tour of all of my makeup once I get this bed that's in my office out of my office. We have a spare room, and we were renting out the spare room to a friend. I'm waiting for my friend to get her stuff out of our spare room so that I can move my bed from my office into that room and then rearrange my room a little bit to be able to set my lights up better and just like make better use of the space. At this point in time, I have an Alex desk, so I have 5 drawers on each side of my desk for a total of 10 drawers. And then I have 2 of those plastic like Melody Susie makeup storage things on my vanity or on my dresser. And that's it. That's what I keep my makeup in. I don't have a ton of makeup anymore. I've purposely downsized on my makeup to not be owned by my makeup and to really be able to get more appreciation for what's in my collection. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and share and subscribe. Thank you so much, beautiful creatures. I hope you have a great evening. Bye.